The real question is, Yaku,
You may.
is Dylan out there?
Dylan, where you at?
Is he tuning in? Is he cheering for his boy? Because I don't think he was last week. I don't think he was.
I mean, he was kind of busy last week. You know, kept in. You know, he was working at the whatchamacallit. You know.
Is he saying that his work is more important than trap?
Yes, he's an educator. He's an educator. Yes, I would say it is.
I question his priorities right now. because his boy needs him.
He's teaching the future generations.
Trap is going up against Max goddamn Angel right now, Yaku.
Goddamn Angel. Hey, you may not be the best man, Max, but you're a damn good cop. Someone animate that, just Max Angel and the case of the missing Gemini.
Oh shit! Oh my god.
How will he get out of this trap?
You know what I want? You know what I want? I want his captain, his commissioner, to be Neeb. Neeb is wearing the aviators. You know? He's made his way up. He's the commissioner now. But the rising talent, the young blood, is Max Angel. You know,
Max goddamn Angel.
Neeb doesn't want to admit it. He doesn't want to admit that his time has passed. Yeah.
He's like, what's his name in Lethal Weapon?
Exactly. This is just like Lethal Weapon.
You know what? I love the idea of Neeb as the chief or the commissioner. Can we make M. Canning the mayor?
She's the mayor of the city.
Yeah.
Fuck. Someone out there, we need this. Maybe even not animated. We need a live action recreation of this scene.
Yeah, somebody can get all the American players together one day. Get them in Korea. I'm sure Gemini can play as something or another. Alright, Astrea has come back as he did request a quick little break. And we're going to be heading into our finals. A PvP to look out for. I have a feeling that we're going to be talking about this for quite a while. At least on this channel, right? But
yeah,
I hope that the internet talks about this for a while.
I hope this is the last we see of Astrea. I hope that we see a good series here.
You give a damn good... And speaking of having a good series coming up here, we are going to be spawning in on the top left-hand corner of the map, all the way in the top left-hand corner of the map. It is going to be our red Protoss, all the way from the land of Korea. He is on an absolute tear today. I mean, we've been talking a little bit of the other opponent, but let's not forget the games that we have casted out of this man right here, just how dominant he was looking. He is, I would say, the favorite going into the series, representing Jin Air Green Wings, the land of Korea. This one goes out to you, Gemini. We have Trap.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Nightshade LE, we have the American Hope, the loose cannon, the one and only, the Protoss player from Alpha X. It is Astrea.
And right now, we're in the early game, right? This is... He's getting his APP together, or something or another. Look at this probe. It's on the lookout. It's investigating.
You know what? Who is his partner? Does he have a partner? You know,
that's a question.
he's the kind of player. I work alone, Captain. These goddamn rookies, they don't know what the streets are like.
But then he takes one of the Alpha X Academy players as his partner.
You don't understand, Max.
This
you
ain't
need
no
someone
place
out
for
there.
kids.
Someone's got to watch your back.
I can watch my own back. Last I checked, you were supposed to do that, Captain.
God damn it, Max! I'm gonna have your badge for this. If you don't take Vindicta in, he needs you. Needs someone to guide him.
But you know the Force needs me.
Oh shit. Anyway, we got a game.
We got a game. We do see a little bit of deviation coming out here. Something that we haven't seen a lot in these sort of Korean events. Trap, you know, he's going for that proxy robo. Pretty standard in Korean PvP. Astrea with the proxy gateway.
Ooh, I don't know about this one. I don't know. I mean, proxy robo does mean Immortals will be coming out, and Immortals do trade fairly well against Stalkers. And we will see Astrea. He is trying to scout around to see what his opponent is doing, but this proxy robo could catch him off guard.
Definitely could, especially considering he's checking into Stalkers right now. He is very much looking to get that that eventually he'll get into Blink. Trap sees it. I got my eyes on you, Angel.
He sees the proxy. He knows what's coming his way, and we'll see whether or not he decides to pull his Immortal home. As right now, the Immortal is kind of chilling outside the natural. He's a little bit unsure of himself. It looks like he will be pulling back and coming home for defense with that Immortal, which I guess is the right call. Nice force field though. He's able to catch one of the Stalkers.
I'm not sure about the right call, but it's definitely the safe call here. Trap does not want to take any sort of risks. I mean, Astrea has the higher Stalker count, right? And what Trap has going for him, he's got a couple of sentries, he's got an adept. You can defend what Astrea has, but that is a risk that Trap is not willing to take.
Definitely. With no blink, like, all you need is force fields and you're perfectly fine. On the other side, it does look like Trap, he is just waiting for the second Immortal, and with two Immortals in a Warp Prism, he's just gonna go in and deal with what Astrea has at home, which isn't that much. Astrea, he still doesn't know about the proxy.
No, he does not. This Phoenix trying to get a bit of scout off, knows that there's nothing in the main here. The bells should be ringing for Astrea here, or should I say the sirens. Ooh, good force field there. That was where to isolate that Stalker, but the shield battery will just about nullify that. Nice snipe on one of the sentries.
At the same time, we have Trap across the map with his two Immortals, with his Stalkers as well. He's gonna depower the gateways, and Astrea, he's forced to pull the boys.
Good posturing with the Stalkers will force Trap to be a bit more careful with his Warp Prism, but this is exactly what Trap wants right now. He wants these probe kills. He wants to take him out one by one. 13, 15.
And everything's depowered. There are a couple of Stalkers coming back home for defense for Astrea, but is it too late? These Immortals... Oh, he gets the Warp Prism!
But I feel like this is just way too much beef for Astrea to handle in this army. One of these Immortals will go down. The other one looking in a lot of danger. But Trap will, in the end, take game number 1. And specify series.
That he does, and I think you should look at chat. They're like, "Oh, we have to clip everything."
I can't look at chat. I don't. Well, I think I can, but yeah, I don't want to risk it. I got a sweet thing going on with Hong Kong. I don't want my upload to be. I don't want to take the upload, the bandwidth. That's the word I was looking for.
They're trying to clip the cutscenes.
You know what?
Beautiful.
We have to add this to the story. Max Angel being No, you know what this is like. This is the end of the first or second act where Max Angel, right? He's chasing the bad guy.
Yeah.
But the bad guy just sends his goon after him. And Max Angel, you know, he's down. He's injured, very badly injured. But he hasn't given up yet.
Exactly. Like one of these good cop stories, like you need that trial. You need a struggle in the story, and you need him to go to his captain and be like, you know what?
I'm taking the kid.
I'm taking the kid.
'Cause you know what? Vindicta I'm gonna say Vindicta was the one who hauled him out from bleeding to death. That's
Yeah.
what I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Saved his life.
Yeah. And now he's back on it. And speaking of which, here we are now on Simulac Rum. Your heart fiddly by the sea, L, 2 for 3, you with me, buddy, LE. Toss away your keys, because you're not going to be needing those. Where we're going, we're in the top left-hand corner map, spotting in the top left-hand corner of the map. It is going to be our red Protoss player all the way from the land of Korea. He is already up 1 in this best of 5 finals. He is absolutely looking... I mean, I don't want to put too much predictions up, right? But he is looking absolutely dominant today. Can he bring it all the way home? He is representing Jin Air Green Wings as well as the land of Korea. We have Trap.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Simulacrum LE, we have the American Hope himself, the Protoss player representing Alpha X Gaming. It is Astrea.
I'll take the damn kid, Chief.
Ah, good. He's doing it. He's got his partner now. He's going out there. He's going to fight crime. And how will it go out? As, again, both players are having proxy pylons out on the map. It does seem like Astrea's is more for scouting.
Yeah, that's definitely how it seems to be. Does see the probe. And now, if Astrea wasn't certain before, he should be... What? Okay, well, yeah, the probe came in from the left based on what Astrea saw. Didn't really know if it was going to come down from where the pylon actually was.
Exactly, and what I'm worried about is that we've seen this. We've seen this before. This happened earlier today. Zest versus Trap. Same thing. Zest, he threw down the pylon off to the right. It wasn't there to scout the proxy robo. This time, though, no proxy robo from Trap.
Yeah, just going to be a... Well, we'll see if he utilizes that pylon later on, as it does seem like his probe is going to be rallied back there. Not quite yet. So it seems like this probe is just... Or not this probe. This pylon is just going to be a scouter for the time being. Later on, Trap can get a proxy up, but, you know, that's... You can't ask me. I can't predict the future.
That you cannot. He is not in Korea. He is over in the land of NA. And yeah, so far we are getting into a more macro, more standard game as both players are expanding. There are no proxies out on the map, just pylons.
Ooh, these steps get in. Nicely done here by Astrea. We'll be able to get a complete scout off, and should be able to get quite a bit of probe damage here as well. One of his adepts is still alive. 5 probes. That is definitely not the start that Trap was looking for.
That's a lot of damage. 5 worker kills, almost a 6th as well for 2 adepts. Hey.
Not the start that Trap was looking for. You know what this proves? Like, Max Angel still got it.
He still got it. No, it's not. He's not being like outclassed by the new kid. He's obviously still got a lot to show here in this series. And oh my god, force fields!
The body blockings with the force fields. And we were praising Trap's body blocking earlier today, but man, that was aesthetic. Hashtag aesthetic.
Beautifully done by Astrea, able to take down those stalkers. Only lost one of his sentries, was able to save the other just barely. And both players, they are getting their naturals underway. It does seem like the stalkers for Trap will find that proxy pylon though. That may come into play, especially since that pylon is used for scouting purposes. You know, we'll see if maybe that's there was a warp prism going in that direction later on. But yeah, so far I do feel like, especially with the shield battery, Astrea should be situated pretty fine defensively. It's just Trap does have map control.
He's got the map control and he is utilizing it. He was kind of playing catch up, but not really, considering that Astrea did go for that Twilight Council. But yeah, Trap is now just trying to get his tech, getting that Robo facility, which, I mean, throughout the day, it does seem like Trap, currently anyway, prefers going Robo than Gateway in the PvP.
Yeah, he does prioritize Immortals over Twilight Council upgrades for his gateway units, which again, I don't blame him. Like, Immortals are pretty good in this matchup. Meanwhile, Astrea opting to go for Blink instead, making his Stalkers a little bit more effective, a little bit more versatile. But we'll see if that is a mistake, as, you know, again, that Robo is already done for Trap, and he does have a War Prism on the way.
He does. Moral gonna be looking to meet that that Warp Prism as soon as it can. Does Astrea see this? Should not have.
Yeah, he didn't see it. With the hallucinated scout, he did spot the Robo, so he does know what opener, what builds Trap is going for. So he does have that going for him. But yeah, so far he doesn't have any eyes on that Warp Prism. Again, that pylon did get taken out, so it isn't there to spot the Warp Prism either in case it goes that route. But I don't know about this one. Astrea, he's actually getting a third base.
Oh, that is very ballsy. Very ballsy indeed. But we did see Astrea in the previous game, or in the previous series, I should say, was able to get away with this really ambitious acts of greed.
Yeah.
He is getting up there and maybe not quite a member of it, not quite an Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. yet, but, you know, his membership is pending.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll see, as a couple of things are happening so far. We have Astrea applying pressure here at the natural. I didn't see him doing too much. Blink is done, important to note. Oh, the Immortal gets caught out.
Very nicely done by Astrea. And this is a pretty large army coming up for our blue Protoss player. Trap, he's got the Immortal, but what does he have behind that?
He could just blink on top of the Immortal.
There we go. GG. Astrea fighting back. You're a damn good cop, Max.
That he is. He ties it up 1-1, and Trap, he was kind of caught out because he had his War Prism and one of his Immortals across the map. He was looking to try and deal some damage at the same time, but he just didn't have enough at home. He didn't have any shield batteries prepared. He didn't have enough sentries either, and his Immortals, especially against the army composition of Astrea, they were just focused down. And behind that, he was investing in Glaive Adepts as well. Like, he just didn't have what he needed at all.
None whatsoever. I guess it was a little bit surprising the how that game ended up, but gotta give it to Astrea, man. Them force fields.
Yeah, them force fields. As I do remind you, which I don't think you've done, remember to add Trap to Le Casting Tool.
I have. It's just he's a barcode.
Because the Twitch title still says Armani for some reason.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
What? Okay, I should update that real quick. Where's that button? Update Twitch title.
Sweet.
Sick. And speaking of sick, here we are now in the top right-hand corner of the map, all the way in the top right-hand corner of the map. It is going to be a red Protoss. Once again, going to be from the land of Korea. He had a very dominant streak today, but that could come to an end here. He is representing Jin Air Green Wings, the something or another. It is Trap.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Eternal Empire LE, we have a goddamn American hero. He's a loose cannon, but he does what he needs to do to get the job done. He is Max Angel, otherwise known as Astrea.
I want that thing in me. I don't care how you get it done, Mac Angel. I want that that red Protoss on my desk by morning, or locked up by some. Look, it's a work in progress.
It's a work in progress. Chief, you can't take away my badge. You need me. You know that. You need me out there to catch this goddamn trap. Find Gemini. And they find each other, actually. Wow.
It's a point in the movie where they're both in the same They're both in the same bar, but they never actually knew it.
Exactly. They don't know. They don't know that they're in the same vicinity of each other, and you've got the camera panning out, and you see them both like drinking, and they're having like this conversation, but just so close yet so far.
Speaking of which, didn't have a segue for that. Speaking of so close but so far, now Trap is not quite able to get a proxy up at that location anyway. Could try to get something a little bit cheeky done in a different location, but that pylon's just gonna be a spotter for now on.
Yeah. So far, nothing is being thrown out on the map. Instead, Astrea opting for a more economic opener. He is getting pretty early Nexus, and opting for a couple of sentries defensively as well, so he can throw down some shield batteries. He also has a nice probe there situated to throw down a pylon in case the adepts try to shade into the main base. So yeah, he's looking pretty good so far. He feels safe enough to be this greedy.
Yeah, which he should be. He's just gonna slow down for a little bit. This is the calm before the storm.
Indeed, as we do have these adepts moving out for Trap. We do have 4 adepts out on the map. The first 2 are looking to try and get into the main base, but does seem like they do get stopped by that pylon. Nicely done. Now we do have 4 though, so Astrea does need to be a little bit careful, you know, make sure he fights within range of his shield battery.
Yeah, fight within the range of the shield battery. Try to utilize these force fields. What I'm liking so far from Astrea today, he's kind of parting-esque, if you will. He got these sentries pretty early, and he got, I would say, a couple more than what you would call standard. This is a man who likes his force fields.
Because there's actually a lot of adepts moving out across the map. More and more are like running across, and these stalkers will be caught out a little bit. Looks like they should all go down. So not really trading that well, Astrea is, but he does spot that there is this amount of stalkers out. I mean, adepts.
Yeah, once again, the sirens should be ringing in his brain right now. Let's take a look at his defenses. Oh, he let a shield battery finish. Which isn't a bad idea. It will block these adepts from going into the main, but
yeah, that was a bit of a mistake. He was too focused microing the stalkers, so the shield battery did finish. A little bit unfortunate there, as again his scouting is on point to say the least. You know, they do have equal worker counts. We'll see if these adepts manage to get in, because like if for a single moment,
only one shield battery.
Yeah, if for a single moment the ramp isn't blocked, then things could just go from bad to worse, like in an instant.
But for now, things have been held. It's been held by Astrea, that is. Trap is moving in with the War Prism, just going to be going right straight on into the main, which is something that we've seen. It's actually something that we saw Zest do versus Patience. That'll be something that can work out. We'll see how Trap plays this, what he really prioritizes with this drop into the main.
Yeah, we'll see, as already 4 workers have gone down. It looks like I'm a little bit worried about that War Prism. It is left quite unguarded, but 8, 9.
Look at all those. 10. And Trap looks like he's prioritizing worker kills. 10 workers have already gone down. Trap's got to be feeling pretty good about that for only 1 adept.
Yeah, that was a lot of damage for a single adept. Astrea is a little bit on the back foot. He will be finishing up Blink pretty soon, and it looks like he's situating himself to try and catch that War Prism.
I like this. It's not a real Phoenix, but you know, the War Prism doesn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, now Trap
almost
does. It's not quite going to be enough. Should be hold positioning this now? Yep.
Yeah, that he does. So Trap should keep his War Prism alive. It did take quite a bit of damage though, so it could be sniped later on, as it does have less than ideal health. But behind this Trap, he's expanding, he's getting his 3rd base, he's taking up, charge, already has a decent immortal count, continuing with that. But Astrea, I do like this. If you're going to get back in a game, you gotta get disruptors.
It would be pretty wild if he got Colossus instead, but yeah. Disruptors are, or they can be, the equalizer in a PvP. It's all going to be depending on those Purification Novas. We do see that Trap, he's going into something which you might say is a little bit more reliable. Temple Archives has completed. Going to go into Chargelet Archon by the looks of things. Which, again, he's got to be careful of the Novas, but it's not hard to just kite away if he's able to see them coming.
This could be a little bit difficult for Trap, especially since, you know, Chargelet Archon, there isn't a lot of micro potential there. It's not like Blink Stalkers where you can just blink away from Nova shots.
Wait, what?
Oh.
I said it as a joke.
Oh. Is this gonna work?
Well, I think I kind of know what Astrea is going for. He's getting charged behind us, so... And Thermalance, there it is. He is planning to use his Colossus straight up as a siege unit. He wants to have that skirmish, you know, that takes place when Chargelets rush into the main army of Trap, right? And meanwhile, he wants his Colossus in the back like artillery, just providing support from there. Now, all things considered, Trap already has a pretty healthy Archon count, so might not work out too well, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, Colossus, they can work against Chargelets, right? Like, they can do some decent damage there, so this could work, but as you were saying, there is already a pretty healthy Archon count, and Archons, they do fairly well against the Thermal Lance shots, so... We'll see how this plays out as Astrea does spot the 4th base coming down for Trap. He is aware, and he also spots the army composition as well, so he should be able to accommodate that and throw down his own Archons in response. But well, yeah, we'll see if this 4th base can get punished.
Yeah, it is what he's working on, but he is going to have to be playing catch up quite a bit. We now see Trap going into the Robo Bay as well. I like it. It all circles around in the end.
That it does. And I'm just curious to see what Astrea's response is. Is he going to take his own 4th, or is he going to push out? Either way, he needs to do something. And
what is he playing that for?
Yeah, it looks like he's getting ready to expand once again, and we are getting into a later stage PvP.
Which I'm a little bit worried for Astrea. Now, he is starting to move across the map, and if Trap decides... Well, Trap doesn't really know about this yet, but if he does, he can just decide, yo, I'll meet you in the middle.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. As Trap, he's being a lot more standard. He has 2 disruptors on the way. So I'm feeling a little bit worried for Astrea. Disruptor shots, as we were saying, can make or break some fights.
And we were talking about how... Yeah, we were talking about how Charged Archon Immortal can be pretty clunky. I would say throwing Colossus in the mix, and... That's a little bit harder to micro.
Yeah, it's very clunky. There isn't too much like finesse there. So splitting and dodging disruptor shots is a tough ask, to say the least. We'll see. I mean, again, like, it is possible for the disruptors to get caught out. Maybe Astrea will be able to catch them off guard. But in a straight up engagements, I'm not too sure. I'm not sure how this is gonna go.
Well, I'm not sure if we're about to get a straight up engagement here, as the armies are looking to pass one another. Trap has decided to go for it, but he hasn't found it yet.
He's looking for an angle, whether it's a natural or the 3rd base location. Astrea, he's already pre-split, ready for whichever avenue he goes for, and it looks like Trap is pushing in.
Yeah, there is already a wall here, but there's more than enough firepower to really deal with that. There's one pretty vulnerable disruptor. Will the Purification Nova land? It will not. Disruptor got sniped before it did.
Yeah, that was actually really close. The Disruptor almost got all the sentries, but it did go down in the end. At the same time, though, it does look like that War Prism finally off of hold position. Actually, a different War Prism does go in, and these Zealots are trying to wreak havoc. It looks like they should be able to clean up, but Astrea, he's on top of his defense.
Absolutely
and has disruptors of his own.
Did not panic, did not worry too much about going back into his main. He knew that the main army of Trap was right outside his doorstep. Might not know that it's right in front of his 4th base, though.
Yeah, and things are kind of getting to escalate.
Oh, good little disruptor battles going on here. Purification Nova battles, I should say. This Nova does match the land. Nothing got taken out quite yet, but the Archons got so much weaker after that. Astrea now getting his main base. It is in shambles.
Oh my god.
Look at the
DTs.
DTs.
Oh, they killed the Robo, and that means no more detection other than what he already has out on the map. He was trying to get an observer, but an observer for Astrea does finally come into his main base. He will be able to clean this up, but so much damage has been done. He lost so many workers in that engagement. The Zealots, they just overwhelmed what was in the main base, and things just really escalated.
And that's gonna deal some pretty good splash damage. If I've ever seen splash.
Yeah. Looks like these Archons and Zealots are dealing a lot. Meanwhile, the main army is meeting.
Look at those Novas taking out every single Colossus and Trap. He might not be that far ahead in terms of army supply, but just based on what is in his army, I feel like the writing is definitely on the wall. These DTs are just continuing to disrupt any sort of sense of rhythm that Astrea had. And this could just be the final blow. These disruptors will still have to get pretty good connections. There's still a chance here for Astrea to take out this army, but I think the writing is well on the wall here. But here comes the flank!
Here comes the flank. So many disruptors go down for a trap, and there are so many Archons here to reinforce, and it looks like Astrea has enough to push this away, but he lost so many workers in the process.
Exactly. It is 70 versus 35 workers. That's half the count. Yes, that's half.
That's exactly half, yeah. That is exactly half, and now it is Astrea's turn to try and apply pressure. We could end up in a base trade scenario if Astrea goes north and the main army of Trap goes south. But
no, I think Trap has realized.
Yeah, he's coming back home to defend. He doesn't want to be in that situation.
Yeah, he knows what position his opponent is in. He knows what he's going to be up against.
Without a Warp Prism, it's as we were saying, this army is so clunky. It's so difficult to dodge disruptor shots.
And what's the best part of this light? Trap's Warp Prism. It ain't done.
It's still alive, and the DT's coming once again.
Trap gonna take it to match point here. In the specified finals.
That he does. He goes up 2-1, and you know what? Like, Trap, he was honestly looking very much so in control of that game.
Absolutely. A little bit of a shaky start, but once he was able to recover from that, oy vey.
Definitely. But to be fair to Astrea, he has already done what Zest couldn't. He has already taken a game. So regardless, like, his performance has been great today, and he is trying to make a series out of it. Can he bring it back here in game number 4 and tie it up, or will Trap bring it home?
He might.
He might.
But then again, he also might.
That's true.
No, True ain't gonna be bringing it out home. Knocked out early today.
He could be coming home. Could be on his way home.
Yeah. Went out to the police station. Oh no, the bar. No, True's the informer. But speaking here about information, this is the player here. Or rather, we are going to be on Zen LE for your information. And this is the player here who has all of it. Whatever information you think he doesn't have, he has it. So, forget about it. He is the Red Protoss, spawning here in the bottom left-hand corner of the map. All the way from the land of Korea. He is the dominant player, the favorite to take this back home. But he's got a damn good cop standing his way. Representing Jin Air Green Wings as well as Korea, we have Trap.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have a player who we may not be able to see past this game. This could be his last one. So Yaku, do you want to give him an intro?
Well, this you've met. In the top right-hand corner of the map, spawning in the top right-hand corner of the map, we have our blue Protoss. And I gotta tell you, he's the best one on the case in the Force. He is the American blue Protoss, currently residing in the land of Korea. He is gonna be representing Alpha X. He may not be the best man, but he's a damn good cop. He is Max Angel, otherwise known as Astrea.
And Trap, he's doing it again.
You know, at a certain point, a detective would notice the pattern.
He, if he's a good cop, he should. And Astrea, he's the best one we got. So, we'll see. I mean, we do have the probes out on the map. Astrea's went all the way to the top left-hand side. It does seem like it is scouting for proxies. There is no pylon of his own. And it's a shame because it is the direct opposite side of the map where the actual proxy is. So, it won't be scouted. Maybe quite late, maybe not at all. So, this is best case scenario right now for Trap.
Indeed it is, and Light, I was worried we weren't going to see it this series, but there we have it. In keeping the tradition, it's a Robo versus Stargate.
There we have it, and honestly, I can't quite recall. I think Zest was the one who went for a Stargate against Trap, right?
Yeah, I want to say so.
I can't quite recall, but we'll see. Because it's difficult to say the least. If Immortals are pushing into your base and you invested in Oracles and Oracles are across the map, it's very difficult to defend. We'll see how this plays out. We've seen this before, and again, this Robo still hasn't been scouted by Astrea. He still does not know, and knowledge is key. It very much so is. I was trying to tie that in, but couldn't quite get it there. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I do like this actually. We do have a Phoenix on the way for Astrea, and a Phoenix is going to do wonders. Phoenixes, I should say, are going to do wonders defensively against this because they can ward away the War Prism. They can CC the Immortals as well. I actually really like this for Astrea, especially since he's staying at home defensively. He knows.
Knowledge is key.
Yeah, that Stalker that's out on the map, he actually spotted the Robo. He knows exactly what's coming, and he is ready for it.
Alright, this is going to have to be a shift in plans here coming out from Trap. Does reveal his cart now. He wants to keep that Robo facility alive, because that's how his only source of Immortals right here. Trap, already prepared for the Phoenixes, does have his Stalkers in position here. There are a lot of Stalkers. One of the Phoenixes already getting sniped, but the one that's actually crowd controlling the Immortal did not get sniped. Now it has a look at this juggling coming out from Trap. Doing a pretty good job of keeping this Immortal out of the fight, but in the end, he still has a lot of Stalkers that he has to contest with.
Yeah, I mean, I like that he was trying to bring the fight out to Trap, but it wasn't good enough.
That is not how I thought this would end. And there you have it, our next ESL Pro Tour Open Cup number 20 Asia edition. It is gonna be Trap, who will be winning his second championship, I want to say.
It is Trap, and I'm not too sure how many of these he's won, but congratulations. Astrea, it felt like he had what he needed, but he was a little bit too eager. He was a little bit too... he wanted to take the fight to Trap, when really I feel like he should have been saving up his army, you know, getting up that Phoenix count. He was kind of trickling in units, and so he didn't have the army supply he needed to really fight with what Trap had. I think he got a little bit overzealous there. That's the word I was looking for. And
that's what it was.
I think what we just saw was Act 1.
It was. It's the first movie in the trilogy, right? You know, the next one, it's going to be Vindicta trying to find where the kidnapped Max Angel is.
Exactly. Max Angel, you know, he's meant to be the hero, but he did fall for the trap, and now we'll see how his story progresses. over the course of 2020. Like, I would love to see him, you know, step up and be the hero of the movie, to be the man that the city needs. And I honestly, he definitely has the potential for it.
I absolutely agree with you there. I think we were talking a little bit about, or I was talking a little bit about the Korean players who I was a little bit more familiar with, but these up-and-coming American players, Astrea, Vindicta, Future, if there's anything that we've learned in these past 6 months of casting them, or, yeah, mostly casting them, they're making great strides this year.
Yeah, definitely. This is their year. We were talking about them, not just them. I mean, to be fair, we also players like Armani, Ragnarok, Cure. They've been having deep runs in GSL. They've been performing well. So have these foreigners, and we've got other rising talent as well. And it's exciting to say the least. 2020 is the staging ground. It's year one of ESL's rise in you know, taking over, you know, in ESL Pro Tour basically. And as we set up here, year 2 is the one to keep an eye on. That's like the middle movie. That's like the Empire Strikes Back of StarCraft.
I was thinking more in line of Die Hard 2, but yeah, something like that.
Yeah, either one. Look, either way, it's the second movie, right?
Something cop related.
Police
Academy 2, that's the one.
I know about that one.
But yeah, I think we will just about end it on that note. You know, keeping your eye out on these rising talents. In fact, Trap actually, arguably, also a rising talent in himself. Although he started rising in, I want to say, second half of 2018.
Yeah,
but he's still got a journey ahead of him, and Gemini will be there to chronicle it.
Definitely. And speaking of rising, of course, there is also a sad tale in all of this. Jim rising with the change in schedules. He used to be one of the most prominent players, one of the most consistent players in ESL Open Cup. And now that it's on Mondays, now that it's later on in the day, we haven't seen him. And that's a goddamn shame.
Maybe that can be Max Angel 6 case.
Yeah, I love it. We're getting a whole cinematic universe getting worked on here. Jim, you know, he's actually been missing for quite a while now. He wasn't in ESL Open Cup. He wasn't in La Spida 2v2 tournament earlier today either. Where's Jim? Where's my Jim?
Or me.
But yeah, GG, well played. Congratulations to Trap. Congratulations to all the other players as well, because we didn't get to mention it, but top 4 players did get paid out. The prize pool was increased last week, and now for all subsequent weeks. It's really cool to see ESL investing more in these weekly tournaments. And yeah, just what a game. What a day of StarCraft.
What a day indeed. With that, I would like to remind everybody that we will be getting into our next broadcast tomorrow, starting at the same time. That will be the ESL Open Cup Fueled by Dare. So if you're ever in the mood for some more Oceanian StarCraft coming your way, that would be where to have it.
Yeah, again, like, there's a lot of StarCraft, and if you're unfamiliar with ESL Open Cup Fueled by Dare, that's the Oceanic tournament, and we've had quite a story happening over the course of the few weeks, especially with the return of Hut last week.
The Hut.
Yeah.
No Java, just the Hut.
Yeah, no Java. You know, this is we're not quite an empire quite yet, but yeah, Hut, he did return, and he returned strong. He's been playing for just under a month, before ESL Open Cup, and yeah, he just came out strong. He won the entire thing. He took out Miyamika, he took out Probe, he took out everyone other than Seether, as Seether did sleep in. But despite that, he is looking so good right now, and I'm excited to see how he does. Like, talking about rising talent, right? Like, I guess he's more of returning talent, you know? He's like the retired cop. He's like Denzel, you know? that's who he is. He was out, and they pulled him back in. That's a different movie completely, but...
You can merge it. You can have a crossover.
Yeah, we can have some crossovers. You know, it's fine. It's fine. Have some of those. But yeah, GG, well played, and Yaku, who are you? Who are you to these people? What do you do?
What do I do? Sometimes I feel like I'm just pressing buttons in my life. Twitch.tv/Yakuzaku1, Twitter.com @Emporiyakuzaku, ! Discord over there in chat. That will give you a link to, or an invite to, the CranKy Ducklings Discord server. You can find me there. Although I am an admin, so, you know, take note of that. Buy my shirts.
Buy his shirts, and I'm, of course, Light_VIP. You can follow me at Light_VIP on Twitch and Twitter. I do occasionally stream, do also tweets when I go live, and by that I mean I just retweet. But you know, do follow me there if you are interested in some of the casting. That's what I do. But more importantly, follow this channel, CranKy Ducklings. CranKy Ducklings on Twitch, on Twitter as well, on YouTube. We're everywhere. We have all the social medias, and we are live 6 days a week with 7 broadcasts. I think 8 this week because of the 2v2 tournament that we did. But yeah, we have a lot of StarCrafts, you know, not just Korean that we just casted today, but of course Oceanian, like we're casting tomorrow. We have plenty of NA StarCraft as well. We have a bit of everything. And if you're a fan of StarCraft, then do follow the channel, give us a shot. You know, we have a wide casting team. Got myself, Yaku, got Steel, Quirky, Jet cast as well. You know, Jet's in the chat. So yeah, we have a lot going on, and you know, join us, be a part of it.
I endorse.
And I believe that is it for us for today. I know my voice is kind of out of it. I casted... Yaku, I didn't get to talk about it. I casted a 2v2 tournament. It was 6 hours long.
Yeah.
It was a 6-hour broadcast, and it was great. It was beautiful. Milk was destroyed by the end of it. he was done. But it was a good time. We had some nice 2v2 action. And yeah. We're done. Good night. Tune in as... Yeah, we will be raiding another StarCraft 2 channel, so stay tuned and do support the scene. Other than that, have a good one.
We'll see you on the next. Bye.